We mentioned at the top how these protests have spread everywhere from Minneapolis to Los Angeles to New York, but that doesn't really tell the story. We were talking about events that were happening everywhere from Fargo, North Dakota to Omaha, Nebraska, from Tampa to Salt Lake City. And Marc, I wonder if you could just talk about the massive issues facing cities everywhere from the Urban League's perspective. What's happening here and what can we do?
The George Floyd issue in Minneapolis struck an aorta in American life, and that's why you see protesters of all races, creeds, colors, religions who've taken to the streets. And most are peaceful. Many have the intent of being peaceful, and there certainly have been those that have intervened and have turned these protests into something much more ugly. But what these protests, I think, help us understand, hopefully will help us understand, is that the underlying issues of the police system, the criminal justice system, the economic system has not been kind nor fair. It's been disparate. And I think that this has been building for some time. We just think about the policing issues, whether it was Trayvon Martin or Eric Garner or Michael Brown or Tamir Rice, names that were in the media, high-profile cases. In not one of those cases were the police officers who took the lives of those innocent, unarmed people held accountable. And so when people saw the videotape of how Mr. Floyd was literally murdered on the streets of Minneapolis, with 2 officers holding him down and another officer on his neck and a 4th officer standing watch, with citizens witnessing it, and then exhorting the officers to give him his breath, it struck a chord, and people have said enough is enough on that issue. And I think we've got to understand the palpability of this anger and how widespread it is, and why this is an important moment for this nation.
Marc, the Urban League is calling for justice first. They want to see those officers brought in and held up for what's happened here, correct?
Yeah, well, we think that the other officers should absolutely be arrested. And let's not forget the Breonna Taylor case in Louisville, the Ahmaud Arbery case in South Georgia. All of these cases, which are high-profile cases, are just examples of a broader problem with respect to the relationship between police and communities, and the fact that, yes, we can continue to say most police are good. Yes, okay, let's underscore that. But something is afoul with the system because it doesn't hold bad police officers accountable, and good police officers feel pressure to cover up for bad police officers. We think it's only just that those other 3 officers be immediately arrested and charged. We see no reason for any continued delay. Justice must be brought. We must see justice for Mr. Floyd.